everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Simba Gold. So if this is your first time, please kindly subscribe. So today we are making this beautiful top from the cutting to the sewing and the finishing. If this looks like what you want to learn, just stay glued to this channel and enjoy yourself. Please don't forget to like and share my videos, and also drop your questions in the comment section if you have one. Thank you. So just sit down, relax. Thank you.
So today we are going to be making the top we saw earlier on before this video, and I have my pattern paper, I have my fabric. I'll be using this beautiful print for it. So the first thing I'll be doing is to get the middle of my pattern paper that I'll be working with. It's for both the front and the back. It's going to be representing the front and the back for me. So I'll go straight to the construction. Now the first thing we need to know is that is actually an off-shoulder overlapped crop top with a bell sleeve. So the first thing I'll do is to get my shoulder. I'll just start from a normal basic bodice. I'll mark my shoulder measurement of 8 inches for the front. And 8 inches for the back. I'll insert my shoulder slope of 1 inch for the back front and 1 inch for the back. The armhole depth I'm working with is 9 inches. So here you have the 9 inches, and here you have the 9 inches. After doing that, I'll insert the shoulder measurement of 8 inches here and connect it straight down. I'll insert the shoulder measurement of 8 inches and connect it down. That being done, I'll get my mid-arm hole, which is 4.5. My mid-arm hole, which is 4.5. I'll go inwards by half. Now go inward by 0.25. I'll connect here and I'll connect here. Now I'm working with a bust of 46 divided by 4 gives me 11.5. So I'm going to be connecting that marking that 11.5 here for my chest line or bust measurement. I'll repeat the same thing at this point, 11.5, and then all I need to do is to connect and connect. Having done that, the shoulder to waist I'm working with is 19 inches, but I added extra 2 inches to the waist to the after that. This is the crop top. I don't want it so high or so low, so at this point you are going to be using your own preference for that. Now at that point I would insert my waist measurement. I'm working with a waist of 40 inches, so 40 divided by 4 would give me 10. So I would mark 10 inches and then I would connect. I'll come towards this place, I'll mark my 10 inches and connect. So now after doing this, I'm going, remember I said from the beginning that this was actually an off-shoulder overlapped crop top, so I'll be offing about 5 inches. So from this shoulder part I will just mark my 5 inches that I want to off. Then I'll connect with a straight line. I'll come towards the side. I would mark my 5 inches. Like this, and then I would connect. After doing that, I would cut. Now that being done, this is what I have. So the next thing I'll be doing is to get the dart placement for this. So for me, I'll be coming in by 4.5, 4.5, and then by this side I'll mark the 4.5, and at the waist part I'll mark half of an inch on both sides for the darts. My shoulder to nipple point is 11.5, so I'll just connect it. This 1 inches, I'll come to this side and I'll replace it so I do not have shortage. So I've replaced it back. Then I would come from this part that I off, I'll come down by 1 and I'll simply connect it. Now this is if you want to use a princess dart, but if you do not want to use a princess dart, there is no need for this. And like I said, I don't think I need a princess dart for this. So all I will do now is to come from this side, this armhole side, and go inward by 1.5 inches. After going inward by 1.5 inches, I would connect it like this in a diagonal form, not so curvy. Now this would help me with the off shoulder. I would come by this side, I will still go inward by 1.5 inches, and then I'll connect it. I'll connect it like this, like so. Then after doing that, I would come to this back part. I would mark my darts of 4.5 inches and 4.5 inches, and then I will just mark half of an inch on both sides. Then I'll connect it. Then I'll replace it here by which that 1 inch, half plus half give us 1 inch. Then I'll complete it here. After doing this, we can say that our top is almost ready. So I will first of all go to the back part now, depending if you want it to have this kind of shape, however kind of shape you want it to have. If you want it to have a straight back shape or anything, I think I want it to be slightly curved. I want it to be slightly curved. So I'll just, let me take this middle line. So from here, I'm going to be cutting from now. It means I came down by 1.5 inches. So I'll cut. I'm no longer cutting from here, I'm cutting from here. I'm not going to be cutting from this first one. I'm going to be cutting from this one that I replaced the dart for. And then this is the back. So we'll keep the back aside. Now another thing is, I do not want my dart line to show on my fabric. So all I need to do is to overlap it. Is to overlap the dart parts. Cover it up. That way you have your darts functioning but not visible. You have your dart doing the duty of the dart but not visible to the eyes to see. So you just you close it up. See, it has come up, but and giving that fitting it needs to give, and that's all that matters, that your dart is functioning and giving the shape it needs to give. So now for the front, we are not done with the front, but let me just go ahead to cut out first. So for this front, we are not done. Like we said, it's an overlapped crop top, so that means that it has to be crisscross in front. So you can choose to give this space on your pattern paper before you start drafting, or you can simply do what I'm doing right now. So this is the line that has the joining. It's left for you to know how many inches you want to overlap with. So for me, I would love to use about, say, 6 inches or 5 inches. So let me use 5 inches. So I'll mark from that center front now to 5 inches, or let me use 6, 5, 6, depending on you. Now this is it. I use 6 inches here. I mark 6 inches from here. So this is 6 inches. This was the 5 I initially marked, but I think I'm okay with 6. Then I would come from this point and give it a curvy shape. Now another thing you will notice, you need to note where you want this curve to pass through. Remember, we offed 5 initially, so let's say you want it to pass through. The cleavage depth you want is depending, like you see that one on the picture is quite revealing, so depending on you, let's say the cleavage depth you want is 10 inches or 9.5 inches. So this is the 9.5 inches. So make sure that you do not come and start doing like this or start coming so low. So you make sure that your curve actually directs towards that cleavage point, and then you connect. Just make sure your curve actually directs through that and pass through that cleavage point. Let me mark here so that I can have a firm outlook when I'm done. So after doing that, you just cut. So now, like we did at the back, you just come and you close up the darts. Close up the darts. So we can say that the front and the back is ready. The front and the back is ready. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to cut on the fabric. I'll cut this on the fabric first. Okay, so this is the fabric now I'm using, and I've placed the front part on it. So all I need to do is to cut. Then when I get towards this point, I would add about 1.5 inches sewing allowance around the side seam. Then for the front, I would cut, but leave a little bit of 0.25. I'm going to be using bias to turn, so you leave 0.25 space or allowance or seam allowance so that you can be able to use it to turn. And then this is the waist. You can repeat the same thing for the waist by leaving 0.25. So this is the front. You can see that the front part of this dress is ready. So let's go to the back. Now for the back, you need to unfold here. So we just need to, if you want, you can do your back tightening, but because this is a stretchy fabric, I actually do not see the need for a back tightening. So I'll just go ahead to mark my sewing allowances and cut. So if you choose to put your back tightening, you know that you have an opening around that side, around the center back. Then by the side back, I'll be marking my 1.5 inches. And after that, I'll mark it like this. So as it is, this is the back. And this is the front. And this is the front. So the first thing I'm going to be doing now is to use my bias strip to turn this neck part. Then I'll turn from here to this part. Then the armholes I'm not going to turn yet because I have a sleeve to be attached. Then I'll fit the side by 1.5 inches sewing allowance that we left earlier on, and after that I would come back and show us the next step to take. Okay, so I'm done joining the side seam. Now this is how it looks like. So our outfit is coming out. So I had to cut a long strip or stripe. Then I'm going to, this is 4-inch height. Then when it comes on fold, it's going to be 2 inches. So I'm going to leave some of it here, neatly turned, and then join it to the waist and make it go over to the other side, and then leave the remaining parts here so that I can use it to wrap the dress. So when I'm done doing that, I'm going to come over to the table and show us so that we'll go over to the sleeve of the dress. Okay, so I'm done adding the bands to the waist. This is it. And then I made a little opening here at the side seam where you now insert your rope. And this is the way it is for now until I give it a very good press. So the next thing we are going to go to is to cut the sleeve. So for the sleeve length I'm working with the sleeve length of 29 inches. Remember that it came as long as towards this place. So this is 29 inches in total. This is 29 inches in total. Then I'll leave the upper part that had an elastic. I would leave 2 inches for that upper part. Then I would have about 27 inches left. Then I'll hem here by 1 inch. So the next thing I'll be doing is, due to the fact that this place has an elastic, instead of marking the normal 4.5 or 5 inches for the off shoulder, I'll be marking 10 inches. That is double of it, so that by the time my elastic drags it to the 5 inches, it will be okay. And then I would come to this, the outfit, the main dress. I would measure my armhole. My armhole is about 8.5 inches. So from immediately after this 2 inches here, that I came down by, I'm going to mark the 8.5 inches like this, plus half of an inch for the joining allowance, and then I would curve it. After doing that, I will go ahead, I can just fold here inward, these 2 inches inward, and then I'll go ahead to cut this. So this is what we'll have. We are going to be sewing it towards this point. Now, regarding the sleeve, the down part, you notice that it has an elastic here. So all I need to do is to hem the down part of this sleeve, insert my elastic. I will just be sewing the elastic directly on it. I'm not going to be making any casing. I would come up by 5 inches for that, then put my elastic there. Then I would cut my elastic here for this part to be about 11 inches. I'm using the 1 inch height elastic to be about 11 inches. Then I'll use this part to make my casing for the elastic first. I would insert my elastic, close, fix the armhole, and then show us the final outcome. Okay, so I've made the casing for the elastic and I've added it. Now I fix my elastic at the down part of the sleeve. So basically this is what I have. So all I need to do now is to close up the side seam straight down and attach this to the armhole of the dress. After doing that, I will show us the final outlook of this beautiful gown. So please, if you have any question, you can actually drop your question on the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Until next time, I remain Sima Gold.